Alright, welcome back. We are on episode 22. We just completed most of the bazaar exterior. We are heading back to Ranger HQ to power level our guys. We have a toaster we might be able to pick up in the Patriarch's Palace.
Before Hogo Fogo can carry out his evil designs on Winifred, Doug Badman, the owner of the Trigger Whiskey Saloon, comes looking for Tornado Lou. Hogo Fogo! What have you done? What have you done? You killed Tornado Lou!
She got what she deserved, and so will you, if you get in my way.
You'll pay for this!
Oh, yeah, I remember you. We met before. Looking to trade? Adios, strangers.
We have one more barter to get before we start messing around with buying and selling shit.
Mr. Fun Times here, with another strangling yarn. This one about an astute student who learned how to love to kill. Once there was a little boy who loved having pets. Oh, yes, cats, dogs, squirrels, badgers. He loved them all. And he especially loved them in a nice big stew with a sprig of thyme. It wasn't until the boy met little Annie that he began to develop other interests. He began to ply little Annie with gifts, trinkets, and tidbits from scrapyards wrapped in animal furs. Soon, little Annie came to love the boy and agreed to see him away from the adults. Thus, that little boy had finally lured his first human victim into his snare, his first trophy for his box of many knives.
Okay, for those of you who don't know, you can click on the radio. Call in to HQ for a tow, and it'll automatically bring you here. However, you won't get the radio transmissions, the random radio transmissions, and the random encounters. So I don't like doing that until I've seen most of those. Alright, so we're going to Broadmoor Heights to check and see if we have enough toaster repair to pick up that toaster.
Always a pleasure to see the Rangers.
And we had that mechanic check that we did not do also. So, still one more barter roy before I want to do that check.
Nice to see you, Rangers. Used to get lots of visitors. Not anymore.
Alright, we need 8. Do we have enough to do it? We do not, so... Alright, cannot do that yet. Where the hell are they at? Getting caught up on. Come on, Lucia. Dragging ass, Jesus. Guess she stopped by the bathroom or something on the way out.
Welcome, Rangers.
Okay, so next time we come to Broadmoor, we should have enough barter to pick up the...
Ever think about staying in Colorado? We'd be glad to have you.
Should have enough barter to buy the mechanic item.
Rangers hailed as heroes! Dorsey's flee the city!
Would you rather freeze to death or burn?
You're a barrel of monkeys, huh?
Come on, answer the question.
All right. Burn. You're gone faster, and free cremation so your family saves a few bucks on the funeral.
Drowned in chocolate pudding for me.
Okay.
Alright, so 10, 10. Alright, keep the pet. So those 3 we need to level up.
Rangers.
Let's see if we can get some new chatter up here. Nothing for us.
Rangers, good to see you. Sure thing. Let's have a look. There you go. Anything else? I'll be here. Rangers, good to see you. Sure thing. Let's have a look. There you go. Anything else? I'll be here.
Alright, let's go visit Doc Parker. Let's see if he has a random line for us.
Can you give these refugees some breathing room? Too many people in too little space is a health risk.
It's good to know.
What do you need, Rangers? That's what you pay me for. Have a seat. I won't. I never do.
That line makes no sense, but whatever. Okay, so let's see what we got going on. We're all level 10. coordination. Alright, Brawlin's getting up there. Pick up another brawling trait. Shotgun. Okay, we maxed out coordination. We maxed out intelligence. Shotgun. Shotgunners do like a lot of strike, and awareness is decent to have. But you've seen what luck can do, and I'm not convinced that getting awareness over luck is good. I'm really not. I've never looked in the math behind it, but man, I tell you what, you've seen what happened with the sniper so far with the luck. I mean, having those lucky crits, lucky strikes, lucky actions, you know, yeah, you'll get, you know, hit percent chance and you know, damage bonus for ranged attack, but perception's not all that great. But man, I tell you, I believe I'm gonna go with luck over awareness when it comes to that time. But for now, we want to get charisma up on the shotgunner because the strike attack is just devastating. Okay, so we are at the point now. Now, I need to get to a natural 10. Okay, so still working on Kiss Ass. We need 10 to get to start Steel Town. So, saving up for one more Kiss Ass rank, and that will get us to the 10 skill check that we want. Are we going to need weapon modding? Okay, so weapon modding, there's a skill check in Bazaar Interior. Do I want to do that yet? Do I want to waste that now? I don't think I need hard ass now. We're going to go ahead and do that. Start working on... No. Let's just save that until I'm positive I'm going to do that skill check. Alright. So, again, you know, we're not offensive yet. Let's bump up some con. Some machine gun. Alright, so max out coordination, max out intelligence. Submachine gunner likes a lot of speed. The crit attack, strike attack really isn't all that impressive as compared to like the shotgunner one. So at this point, I'm gonna have to make a decision. I know speed is good for this character. I'm gonna have to decide this on the before the next episode. What I really want to do with this. So I'm gonna go ahead and spin this on speed for now, and then make my decision on it. If I want to just test the luck out and say screw awareness altogether. I think I'm gonna do that, but we'll see. But speed's good for this character, so we're gonna go ahead and get that. Alright, we've got our barter. So now I'm at the point where I'm not going to spend for the last point. I'm just going to wait until I find the skill book. So now I can actually start buying and selling items for, you know, a decent amount. There are some zones you don't want to mess around with buying items yet, or selling items, because you can get more of a discount for the zone. Like the Bazaar Interior, you're going to get up to like a 30% discount once you're done. So there's no point in buying anything in there now. But we can definitely go pick up the mechanic item. So we'll get that. We need 9 for that skill check at Clown Museum. So the 2 mechanic items. So I need 1 more mechanic level. So we'll save this point, or that point. Go ahead and pick up Antiques Appraiser now, because we can start selling if we choose to. We're going to save Quan's points for toaster repair, likely, unless we come across an explosive that we have to get to. Alright, so now we're onward to Colorado. Go back to the Bazaar and start with the interior.
I've been watching you, Ranger. believe in love at first sight? Of course you do. Ugh, I saw it in your soul the first time our eyes met. You were with your squad, being heroes in Colorado Springs. I was? Well, you know where I was. And you can come see me any time. Until then, stay safe out there, sweetie. Can't wait to see you again.
Okay, so we have a Stalker that is apparently taking a liking to one of our 6 rangers. Probably Quan. Quan is the ladies' man. The most beautiful whore in Little Vegas loves Quan. Or so. So she says, but that's just to keep him on the simp line so he can keep paying for her luxurious lifestyle. Luxurious lifestyle.
Hey, gun fans! Frankenshooter here. Time to get to work on this nail minigun! First, I gotta hook up a high-pressure line to the gun. Somehow, it's gonna take a lot of welding and shit, and, drilling some holes in this thing? Anyway, I'll figure it out. Stay tuned!
The reason I stop on those radio encounters is because if you go forward, you can run into a random encounter, and it'll just cut it off so you miss it. Alright, so remember, we have not done the fight to free the refugees yet, or to speak to the refugees, so we're gonna see the default zone, basically.
The lamb stands. Ah, you again. Paris who? Oh, right, the dye lady. Well, she made it in, and I guess that means you get a pass. Honestly, no one pays me enough to give a crap. Right. In you come. Behave yourselves, my little lambs.
Really need to ask Piscatelli to look at my gun. Bugger keeps jamming.
I really want to kill that guy. When I do an evil playthrough, I'm going to kill that guy. Mark my words, he's dead.
The fuck? Is that a...
Oh.
What's going on? Are we under attack?
No, I'm sure we're not under attack.
Fuck. I swear, I only opened the Warren's gate for 1 second and that fucking pig bolted by me.
Don't worry, folks. The bazaar is secure. Move along, everyone. Ah, new visitors. Don't fret. Come and hear about the marvels of the bazaar.
Alright, so Nightmare and the Bazaar. Knock knock is done. So the pig got loose, the bomb strapped to him and just blew up the 2 guys, and it's like everybody goes back to what they're doing. No worries. Comment about the zone. There are a lot of random conversation points. I mean, just about everybody has something to fucking say, and they'll all talk over each other if you start running around. It's just absolutely annoying, and it's very hard to not run into a point that gets interrupted by somebody else. So you'll see me exploring this area gingerly and with only one character for the most part until I have to move the group.
Fresh lambs, esteemed guests. The door guard informed me you were coming. You are most welcome to all the delicacies and pleasures the bazaar has on offer, provided you have the coin. I hope you're not shaken by this disturbance. It is a minor matter, I assure you. Your shopping experience should be nothing short of completely safe. Please, please, lower your voice. I don't know, okay? Someone's been strapping explosives to real pigs. Real pigs, made up with real lipstick, real eyeshadow. I guess it's some asshole's idea of a prank. You'll find stairs to the upper level in the back. They will take you to our esteemed leader, Flab. Talk to him if you want to know more. Really? Dressed as clowns, you say? That sounds like Los Payasos. But there's no way those crazy fucks are out here. I suggest you talk to Flab about this. You can find him in the back, up the stairs. We have all kinds indeed. Piscitelli sells weapons to any weary pilgrim. Gwyn Talbot is your woman if you need protective gear. Dr. Coldcuts can sell you medical supplies or see to your health needs. And in the central area, you'll find the Fountain Bar. A good place to kick back with a drink and some of Masato's delicious pork. Depends on your definition of fun. I'd recommend talking to Eidolon. She and her pals really know how to party. But if you're a more cerebral type, check out Querex's museum in the back. The bazaar's a bazaar unlike any other, piglets. You want it? We have it. No meat is too exotic. No luxury is too fantastic. If you can afford them, they're yours. Yes? Actually, no, sorry. They were buried in a recent snow tunnel collapse in the Warrens. Oh, we're all full up. Sorry, our projector broke years ago. Perhaps in our older days, that chapter of the Monster Army book is closed. Sorry. I am sorry, esteemed guests. The bazaar may not be what it once was, but we still have plenty on offer. Hot food at the Fountain Bar, weapons and equipment from our merchants, pleasures for the eye at Eidolon's. Look around. I mean, happy to. Enjoy your visit. Hello again, esteemed guests. Enjoy your visit.
Alright, now let's try to navigate this without getting too much overlap.
Guns sanctified with blood, blood sanctified by guns. Heartbeats that I don't recognize. Come closer, strangers. The sanctified Piscatelli crafts weapons of all sorts for those in need, and she can read that you are very much in need.
Alright, so we need weapon modding 6 for that.
Have you ever loved something so deeply that it gouges loose all the fears you might have possessed? If so, you would know what these scars are. Benediction. Sanctification. Certainly.
Alright, so later on we will buy this, and it will actually help us with the mod check for this particular skill check. The Emancipator, let's see, it's an auto shotgun. Yeah, we might pick that up. We're definitely getting that at some point later. Mini nuke, I'm not sure what that is an ammunition for yet. I haven't encountered it. We'll get the recipes, but we're not going to buy any of these until much later because we'll get a steep discount.
Submachine gun or assault rifle? I can't decide.
Assault rifle, no question.
Alright, sorry about that. I had to take a quick break. Okay, moving on.
I suggest you speak to Flab.
Hot noodles!
Oh, I wish they served chicory here. Ugh, why? It tastes like boiled tree bark.
So it's a notice about Scotch Mill.
What's the perfect food? Noodles. How many do we have? Oodles. Who should have some now? Oodles. Masato makes the best noodles.
Hi, folks. This is Masato at the bazaar, and I have discovered the perfect food. Instant noodles. But pre-war packets are hard to come by, so I have reverse engineered their deliciousness and have them for sale at my stall for all to enjoy. Yes, at Masato's noodle stand, we have oodles of noodles for yoodles.
What's the perfect food? Noodles. How many do we have? Oodles. Who should have some now? Oodles. And now we have to go. Toodles.
That notice reminds me of a character from the Witcher series. His name was Audrin. I think he was in multiple games actually. Basically, he was a drunk that was able to just go from place to place to place and eat up all the food and drink all the drink. Yeah, so it's kind of like Scotchmo. Okay, speaking about Scotchmo. Apparently, there are multiple ways to get Scotchmo to show up in Ranger HQ. This way here is the fastest. Once we complete Masato's quest, which we'll get here in just a second, once we recruit Masato to be the chef in Ranger HQ, Scotchmo will appear and you'll be able to recruit him.
My friends, you saw that explosion too? Horrible! Such a waste of good pork. And human life, of course. But Don't worry. Masato is here to offer aid and succor. Have you seen anything this delicious? Yes, yes. Be my guest. After enjoying this bowl, know that my store is open to you. I have a variety of goods that you may find useful. A man who never eats pork is never a whole man. But I have to tell you, my friends, these noodles are a pale imitation of the real thing. The great pre-war delicacy. The rarest of rare magics. Instant ramen noodles. I hope one day I will perfect my recipe to recreate them. But enough about me. How can I be of service? Ah, you picked up on my subtle hints. Years ago, a friend in Colorado Springs gave me a package of instant ramen noodles that he had found in the Warrens underneath the bazaar. The experience changed my life forever, and I moved here in hopes of finding more. The Warrens aren't safe. I can't venture down there. But you must understand, it is as if my body is made of ramen. If you go down in the Warrens, please keep your eyes open for this rare delicacy. Oh, how interesting. You mean a permanent position? A full kitchen of my own? My friends, that is quite the offer you're making me. You have my interest for sure. But as I explained to you, I'm here for a reason. Bring me the ramen noodles and I'll gladly join you at your HQ. There've been a lot of troubles of late. People disappearing, showing up dead. And now this exploding pig! Can you believe that? I've heard of you guys. I know you can help. May I suggest you talk to the guy in charge, Flab? You can find him upstairs. Eidolon is relatively new to this place. She showed up not long after I did. Her business model is interesting. Not sure how she actually makes money, though. Paradolia Jones is probably the best, most reliable caravaneer you'll ever meet. But here's a weird tidbit about him. He saw a picture of a duck in an old pre-war book when he was young, and he's been deadly afraid of them ever since. Isn't that strange? Piscatelli is an interesting lady. Don't be turned away by her looks or her rather odd philosophy. She is a wizard when it comes to weapons of all kinds. Friends, I do love to chit-chat with you, but I also have a business to run. Sorry.
So every NPC should have a line like this, where it basically tells you, hey, you're done, I have no more information for you to continue, instead of doing it in a random way.
Naturally. My store is always open to you, my friends. Hello again, my friends. Come back soon.
Okay, this NPC right here is just about one of the most annoying NPCs in the game as well. I mean, you move at him, he says his line. You move away from him a little bit, he says his line. He just continuously says his line anytime you're anywhere near him.
Fill her up, barkeep. I'll tell you when to quit. Bottoms up. Bottoms up.
Hola, amigos.
¿Cómo estás? Hola, amigos. ¿Cómo estás? Fill her up, barkeep. I'll tell you when to quit.
See, there's no reason for him to say that line again right there. I just went away and come back, and I mean, it just makes no sense.
Hey, pals. Finn is the name. If you need a drink, you've come to the right place. If you got questions, well, I suppose that's okay too. Between you and me, I've been partaking in some taste tests during my shift, so everything is a little blurry at the moment. I did hear a loud boom, but I figured it was just a thunderstorm. Not much. I'm pretty new. Just started a week ago. Rumor has it the old bartender mysteriously vanished into thin air. Anyway, this place is something for everyone. Guns, armor, food, meds, entertainment, and most importantly, booze! If you're here to work for Flab, then he might be able to tell you more. One thing's for sure, there's something weird going on here. Flab the Inhaler is the man who is large and in charge of the bazaar. And I ain't kidding you when I say large. From what I've seen, he's always in his office, just up the stairs. I don't know. I suppose everyone's on edge, you know? They're all putting on brave faces like things are normal, but I can tell something is wrong. Just don't know quite what. Only the finest drinks on Earth. Hello again, pals. Need a drink? Come back anytime.
Alright, we need to have the group close to Long John for this conversation so we can actually get their interactions. I made the mistake earlier in playthroughs of basically keeping the group all the way back here to avoid them triggering random lines, and I lost a lot of dialogue that I didn't know was there until a second playthrough. So now I know that you got to keep your guys close to the NPC you're going to talk to so that you can get those lines, or they won't say them.
As I live and eat cherry pie, more of my fellow humans in the bazaar. You make yourself welcome now, you hear?
Fellow humans?
Well, gosh, and apple pies. You put me in a spot. Let's see. My name is Long John, and I'm old as dirt. I've traveled a little, but nowhere interesting. Now I'm here in the bazaar, just to see what life has to offer. Make friends. Wasn't something that I got to do when I was younger, what with my job and all. There was no time to make friends, none at all. But I'm making up for it. I know everyone in the bazaar, and they know me. I'll tell you young'uns what I can. Despite the fact I'm old as the mountains, figuratively speaking, that is. Humans rarely live past 70, and I'm just about ready to expire. I don't know everything, you hear? Even though I've walked all the way from Denver to Steel Town and back again. Colorado Springs. That's an all right place. A little uptight, but that's what you get from having all of the 100 families there. I like the scientists and engineers, though. Real clever kids. Nuh-uh. Place like that ain't fit for the lonely traveler. Well, you might be all right. If you do decide to go in that direction, I've heard that it's gotten real dangerous. Steel Town. That place is an industrial nightmare. Raging fires all around. Melts right through the skin. Gives me the shivers, you hear? I'd stay away from the city. It's nothing but a corpse these days, and the Gippers, well, they're not a bad lot per se, but I'd be careful around them. If you have to spend some time, I'd personally visit the airport instead. The young'uns there are wonderful. You kids these days and your limited attention spans. Some of it is real private, and some of it probably should be. But you young whippersnappers tell everyone everything. Like Paradolia Jones? He's probably the best damn caravan master in the bazaar. But his business would be better if he knew how to keep his mouth shut. Between you and me, if I was afraid of ducks, I wouldn't tell a soul. Oh, you clever whippersnappers are trying to fish some secrets out of old Long John. No, not today. Me? A synth? Aren't you adorable? I'm meat and muscle, just like you, Rangers. Shucks, I even have dreams all the time. Technicolor dreams about flying and standing naked in front of people I don't quite know. Synths don't do that. I'm not a synth. Why, just last night I had the most human dream. I was back in high school. There was a trigonometry test. I sat down confident and brash, only to realize I completely forgot to study. I also enjoy toasted eggs in the morning, a very human thing. Oh, you kids and your humor. If the folk in the bazaar really thought I was a synth, wouldn't they have tried to decommission me? Not that I'm afraid of such things, being the perfectly ordinary human male that I am. All right, fine. I am a synth, but you can't tell anyone. Do they? I'm not sure I believe that. If they knew, wouldn't they have melted me down to scrap by now? People don't like synths, far as I've seen. You're clever ones, and bully to you for figuring out who I am. But let's not talk about it again, okay? The topic puts me on edge. So soon? I suppose even good things gotta end sometime. You be safe now, you hear? And come back to see old Long John when you can. Best of luck to you. Golly, it's my favorite human friends. Hello! Oh, you clever whippersnappers are trying to fish some secrets out of old Long John. No, not today. Best of luck to you.
Howdy, ma'am.
Howdy.
Always good to see a Wesson. Thanks to the Patriarch, this stretch of land from Denver in the north to Steeltown in the south is pretty safe to travel. You'll find richer opportunities the further you venture out, but it'll also come with more risks. I could tell you more, but truth be told, the only way to know the land is to travel it. You look well equipped and competent. Just head out and see what you can learn. Just my services as a caravan master. I organize caravans to get people, goods, and livestock from one place to another, but I don't sell goods myself. These lands near Colorado Springs are pretty safe, but still lots of people need help getting around, especially if you want to range further than that. Could you please take that away? I don't like ducks.
So remember, we picked up the duck out in the Bazaar exterior in one of the, I think it was in the Diggable. Yeah, it was in a Diggable.
Oh, thank you. So long.
We did pick up a quest here from Masato. Alright. Now, note on these two NPCs. If you come from this side, down here, and come up, no matter how you do it, both MPs trigger their conversation points. The only way to get the Bazaar's patron conversation point separate from Dr. Coldcut's is to come from this direction. It's annoying, but it's just the way it is.
Not that the bazaar's not perfectly safe, but, well, you know, just talk to Flab.
Doc says I got the pox. That's the kind of flu, right?
Dr. Coldcuts can cure what ails ya.
I don't feel so good. I don't feel so good. I don't feel so good.
Why, hello. Name's Hirsch. Lev Hirsch. But you can just call me Dr. Coldcuts. What do you need? Oh, used to be the veterinarian / butcher here back in the day. Learned all about how the body works by carving up meat. Animal meat, of course. When Doc Kessler passed, well, I inherited the position. Not much. Got all kinds of traders here, selling all sorts of junk. The heart of this place is meat, though. Pig meat is a luxury not everyone can afford. Anyway, got a bit of a pickle of late. Something murderous roaming the Warrens. Some say it's the old monster army leader, the Cyclops come back from the dead and hunting us. Bunch of BS if you ask me, but something's down there. Talk to Flab if you haven't already. Sure, if you were injured. Get some bullet holes in you and I'll patch you right up, all right? Ah, the self-medicating sort. Sure, take a look.
So this is the first time I've seen the first time in the game I get to see this first aid station. I've never actually employed this, so at some point I'm going to buy one of these and check it out, see if it's actually worth using.
Ah, you again. What is it? See ya.
Alright, sorry about that. Had to take another break. So, continuing.
Talk to our boss if you're here to help.
Get your protective gear here!
Oh, these are perfect. But they're too small.
I can't believe we missed the sale of Piscatelli's.
I told you we needed to get here early.
Ugh, real bison hide. Looks expensive. Having a hard time making up my mind. Having a hard time making up my mind.
Get your protective gear here!
Don't mind me. I'm just browsing. Don't mind me. I'm just browsing.
Huh. You look like tough sorts. Patriarch sent you. Whoever you are, we can certainly use your help. Some kind of beastie down in the Warrens or something. Talk to Flab up the stairs.
Mal, she's a prick, isn't she?
Kinda depends on who's buying. For you, leather goods, protective gear, armor. Up to you if you want to deflect stabbings or look like a badass. Either way, I have you covered. That's why I'm here.
Too expensive. Wonder if I can talk him down.
Yeah, that was terrible voice acting. I just do not like Gwen Talbot at all.
I hear the Patriarch himself shops here sometimes.
Not the Patriarch. He's got people to do that for him.
I'm doing great here. Thanks again. People love my dyes. Thanks again for your help. I'm doing great here. Thanks again. Heard something go bump in the night. Days! That was scary. Thanks again for your help. People love my dyes.
Alright, so we've got to Querex. Let's go ahead and try to get the group closer. Alright, sorry about that. Interrupted for the third time in this video. We're trying to get the groups together now, so I have Honey over here, group down here. So make sure you don't select with the spacebar, or Honey will come running out, and the other ones will come running in, and all the NPC conversations will start up and overlap, which is what we're trying to avoid. So select it like so. That should get everybody, and hopefully we can find a path here where it doesn't trigger all the conversations. Alright, so far so good. Might be harder now. Let's see. These two will definitely trigger. He might trigger, they might trigger. Let's try to just get down here.
We've been here for hours. Oh, my feet are killing me.
Come on. I told you not to buy cheap boots at Talbot's, didn't I?
Okay.
Not that the bazaar's not perfectly safe, but, well, you know, just talk to Flab.
I'm surprised these two didn't trigger too. Alright, so we made it into Querex. Group back together. Yeah. Let's go ahead and talk to him now. Actually, let's look at the stuff first. Top hat. And I like how they put that in there, you know, saying, okay, Wasteland 4, that they planned on making it, which is good because this is a good series of games. It's really the predecessor of the Fallout series, and in my opinion, better than Fallout. I believe that was a Wasteland 1 item. So something very similar happens in Wasteland 2 as far as this type of item goes in Querex. Starjan. I'm not sure what that is a reference to. Maybe Game of Thrones? I really don't know, because I don't remember anything about Wasteland and the Throne. So this one was Pac-Man, obviously. This one was Space Invaders. I believe that was what the name was. And I don't know if Street Fighter was from that era of games or not. If that was the first one, if it's what it's talking about. Or it could be... Yeah, I don't know which game that is.
Made it past Telluride today. Found a guy there who sold me some rat jerky. There's a caravan heading for Boulder, and I'm going to try to tag along. Colorado's cold and kind of scary, but there's treasure here, too. That guy with the rat jerky, he had like 6 or 7 3DO cartridges just lying around his shack. When I asked him how much for the set, he looked at me like I was crazy. Practically gave them away. You know what? Leaving Arizona might be the best thing that ever happened to me.
Alright, let's talk to Querex.
Oh, wow! Are you Rangers? I haven't seen any of you guys since I left, in a while. Yeah, I haven't seen any Rangers in a while. Are you here to fight the monsters under the bazaar? That would be awesome! I'm Quarex, by the way. This is my cool museum of, coolness. Would you like a tour? Everybody says that. Oh well, what can I do for you? You must be thinking about someone else. Quarex is a more common name than you might think, you know. Anyway, not me. Nope. Oh, well, haven't you heard? Scientists say sweating is a sign of truthfulness. Okay, fine. I'm Quarex from Rail Nomads. Happy now? Kinda cool you guys have heard of me. Nobody knows about me. Well, basically, everything went downhill after Ranger Team Echo found that 3DO for me. Some shady guys started coming around asking me to sell it to them, and when I said no, well, they didn't like that at all. I was going to call the Rangers since you'd all been so nice to me, but then Ranger Citadel blew up, so I left. Had to leave all my cool stuff behind, even the 3DO. But there's lots of cool stuff around here, too, and I've been finding it. And that's how I started my museum. Oh, I did. I just always forgot to say it. I'm supposed to say my name's Dave, but yeah. It's great! There's so much cool stuff at all the merchant stalls. I add to my collection all the time. Some spooky stuff has been happening lately, though. Monsters are coming up from the tunnels at night to snatch people. It's like Chud in real life. Bye, Rangers. Thanks for visiting me.
Alright, sorry about that interruption. That one was caused by my battery going dead on the headset in mid-sentences. So, picking back up where we left off.
Hi, Rangers. Good to see you again. Sure. Bye, Rangers. Thanks for visiting me. Hi, Rangers. Good to see you again. Oh, okay. Hi, Rangers. Good to see you again. You would? Okay, this way. Okay, I'll start. Welcome to Quarex's Quabinet of Curiosities, a collection of the rarest of the... Well, it's toys and games mostly, and some mementos, but they're all really cool, I promise. That top hat belonged to Mr. Cynical from Angel Oracle out in L.A., a fellow game aficionado. He lived his life trying to help the little guy, defending them against bullies and end-level bosses. In the end, though, a boss got him, and well, he didn't make it. I keep his hat around to remind me to be honest and decent like he was. This was the best video game ever! Wasteland 4! You can choose what color you want the screen to be, red or green. This is the most sought-after gaming accessory ever made! The legendary Mighty Mitt. I love the Mighty Mitt. It's so bad. This is a genuine megascope. The most advanced optical aiming device of its day. A priceless artifact. Shame somebody stuck it on that silly old ray gun, but I'm not gonna try to take it off. I might break it. This is a Tarjan the Tenebrous machine. It can tell your fortune, but you get a premium fortune if you have some special tokens. Wish I had some. This throne was once the most coveted object in the Wasteland. The rule was whoever sat on it was the king. King of what exactly, I don't know. I also don't know who made that rule. This is a Slicer Dicer, the scariest robot ever. It slices, it dices, it even makes julienne fries. Whatever those are, if this thing was working, we'd all be dead by now. These are the most classic of classic arcade games. Avenue Brawlers, Catboy, and Star Intruder. This is a surfboard. I don't know what surf is, and what boards have to do with it, but this looks well-loved. It has property of MF on it. I hope that doesn't mean what I think it does. And that's it. Let me know if you have any questions. Hi, Rangers. Good to see you again. Oh, okay.
So, like the second game? Yes, like the second game, there is a megascope in Korex's room. However, this time, you can just take this thing, and he just doesn't object. In the second game, he he did not like you messing with his megascope. And we will be making use of this. But yeah, if you go back and talk to Quirks,
Hi, Rangers. Good to see you again.
no comment about the megascope.
Oh, okay.
Okay, as far as the slicer dicer goes, julienne fries, basically really thin cut fries, kind of like shoestring fries. You ever been to Steak and Shake? Fries similar to that. I am not going to kick the robot because there is a point in time where you're in Denver, you zone into the machine commune, and basically a computer or an AI sums up your actions as far as how you acted towards AI and machines. And I don't know if its extent reaches to this robot, but I'm not going to test it because I want to try to be as positive as I can in that assessment. Cochise is dead, I am free. It leads me to believe that there was something inside this slicer dicer. You know, the top is broken open there. Maybe something was inside and it got free. I don't know. What that is. So again, not kicking the robot and leaving it alone. So we ended up picking up these, and we will use these in the fight when we have to fight for the refugees. So we need mechanics at 7, and we only have 6, I think, right now. But we'll be able to buy the item and get to the 7, so we'll be equipping that. figures move in the shadows, turning toward you. So the original Bard's Tale games and Wasteland 2 are very similar. They were the same style of game. I don't. It seems like they were probably programmed by the same group, but they were very. They were text-based games for the most part with really shitty graphics. So if you were like, I want to play Wasteland 1, 2, and 3 as a series, Wasteland 1 is a much different game than Wasteland 2. And Wasteland 2 and Wasteland 3 are similar. Wasteland 3 is obviously a better upgraded version of the mechanics and graphics for Wasteland 2, but Wasteland 1 is a completely different animal. It'd be like going back and playing Fallout, the original Fallout, after playing Fallout 4. You know, it's night and day. So I've often wondered on this game whether or not if you click on this terminal 99 times if there's something special that happens at the end simply because of the Berserker line. And obviously that was a reference to the first Bard's Tale, I think. Maybe even the second one. Now I can't remember which one. But, you know, you get killed by some berserkers. I would like to know. I mean, if I were programming this, I would have put something special on, like, the 99th time you click this machine. But, I don't know. That's what I would have done. If anybody has the time and really wants to try that out, and you find out, let me know. I'd love to have the answer to that thing. Alright, Tarjan the Tenebrous. Is it the Tenebrous? I think it is the Tenebrous. I can't remember. Okay, this thing reminds me, I don't know if you guys ever played a game, it's like a mobile game called The Room. I don't remember which one was, like Room 1, 2, 3, 4. Anyway, there's a machine that's similar to this, and it reminds me a lot like that. Okay, so this thing, that's why we have these coins that we've been picking up. So, Tarjan can give you 3 different permanent traits and then some buffs. So this is something we may reload in order to get the traits. Okay, so maybe it only gives you that one fortune, a regular fortune there. Alright, so make sure you have the person you want the traits going to selected before you give this machine the Tarjan token. So we're going to save it here. Alright, so that is not what we wanted. That was a buff, which really is kind of pointless. I don't know, maybe there's some huge fights later on where that would be crucial to have, but I don't see that being important. Okay, so we did get one of the perks. Fortune cookie. Now obviously it's not really important to have this on the sniper, but I want I want all of my perks and animals and whatnot on the same character. So I'm going to put everything on my sniper. So we will save that one. And we have one more token right now. So we have the 5-finger discount, which is another completely useless buff, as far as I know. So you saw the critical buff and the barter buff. So we got another perk. Eye of Tarjan. So penetration is not too bad to have on the sniper. Cold resist 1%. I mean, why even put it on there? I don't know. Okay, so we can come back to Tarjan and when we get some more coins. So there is one more perk that we can pick up, and he also gives a long duration EXP buff. Which, you know, if you're trying to min-max XP, then, you know, obviously you would keep your coins for that, but we're not trying to do that in this playthrough whatsoever. So, at this point, I am going to end this episode, combine all the videos that I got interrupted on, and then we'll continue exploring. We still have several more people to talk to before we get to the nitty-gritty. Alright, later guys.